I'm just gonna get started here. Okay. Catch the thief. That's where we are now. Okay. So robot is move, Baba is you, skull is defeat, pipe is stop. So if I move, the robot's gonna move. Is the robot... Okay, the robot's not gonna push the skull or anything. But the robot is going to... Oh, okay, so... I'm not gonna be able to stop him from doing that, yeah, so... Let's restart. So yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna need to do is get over here to stop him from essentially destroying me. Okay. So now he can move all he wants and he's not gonna kill me. If I... shoot. Alright, come on. Bounce back the other way. Okay, so if I go robot as you, can I just win? Okay, every time I move, he moves twice. Okay. But he got the win out of there. Okay, but I am gonna be defeated. And I am also fully stuck here now. So let's see. So if I just get rid of robot as move, robot is you. Yeah, but I'm still not going to be able to get out of here. Okay. Alright, I have a thought here. Let's still say that... robot is move. Let's get him out here. Let's make him no longer move. See if I could get, like, you know, robot is win or something like that. I can do robot is you, but I will just get defeated. Okay. Alright, so let me try... working this up here. So there's no way I can prevent the pipe as stop. So that's all in there. Skull is defeat. Those are things that are just there. Actually, can you... let me do this and go up. Can I push... Okay, I can't push the word into the pipe, which is too bad. I can do that just to see if... Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to get robot in there. Okay, the robot doesn't have any super pipe powers, unfortunately. Win is stuck there. Alright, let's restart here. Okay, so off the bat, I have to do that. Can't avoid that. At this point, the robot can sort of do whatever. I feel like I'm gonna want to set the robot up in such a way where he's going to push something at just the right time. If that happens to be... Hold on, is there any way I can... No, I can't. I was gonna see if there was any way that I could push it up. Really, it seems the only thing I'm able to do is push this down and out of the way of the robot. So that's sort of stuck there, and he's sort of on this plane. But if I move this so that robot is you, and then I set him up sort of moving in a different direction. Well, I can't do that because then I won't be able to have pushed it back to robot being you, or Baba being you. So if I get back to Baba is you, let's get him out of there. Let's say robot is you. Unfortunately, robot is still move. So, okay. Okay. Let's move back here. Okay. Let's have a little think. So I can't really set up the robot in a different location without then maybe I technically can though if I Oh, okay, so actually this might be something interesting, because no, I get stuck there. I don't want to do that, but the idea of pushing Win down actually might be something I sort of need. Yeah, okay. Oops. Forgot that I have to do this so that I don't get destroyed. Let's push Win down. Let's get in a position of... in there. Robot is you. If I move Win out of the way, this robot is still move. Alright, okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Let's get robot to where we want it to be. It is no longer move. Robot is you. Let's move Win there. Let's get the robot out. So then I can get the robot back. I still feel like I want this over here, though, because I want him to push it back and be facing in that direction. But no, then he's just gonna push it out of the way if I move him. Okay. Basically, I feel like what I want is I want something to be moved in this direction to push Win out. Hey, Wrench, how's it going? No worries, feel free to lurk. This is a good game to lurk on. Yo, Butt here. That's fine, you can also lurk, Butt Spot. You're finicky as it is. Okay. So yeah, if I could have essentially someone here, or they're in there next to Win, that is then move. I could then push Win out of there. But only if I can... Oop. That was interesting. Okay. If only Baba could jump over the skulls, but he can't. Okay. Alright, just push the is out of there, that's fine. Okay. Actually, can I have a robot as you and Baba is you? I can, but does it actually do anything for me? Okay. So in theory I can get... Oh no, the robot hits the pipe. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay. Robot is moved now and pushes that in there. Let's do that again. Let's bring him back. Okay. I don't think that really helps me. Hey, Pseudo, how's it going? Alright. So I think it was potentially onto something there. So if I can now push robot is move into there. If I then can get win in there. But I can't do anything else after that is the problem. Okay. Start out the way I always start, by getting that out of his way. And the question is, do I want the robot to push Win out of there? I feel like I do. Let's get him back in there. Whoops. Get him. Whoops. Let's get him back in there. Make him not move. Make me do that. But see, that's the problem. I can't get out as the robot. So there's sort of different ways to do it, Pseudo. So like, ideally I need to make something as Win. It could be like you as Win, it could be robot as Win, and then I touch the robot. If I do, I don't think... I actually forget if having Baba is Win and Baba is you actually makes you win. I think it has to be something you come in contact with, or it has to be like you is Win. I honestly don't remember. Okay, so I have a robot. Robot's out of here. If I push this down and then set myself up in a situation where if I put Baba over here, actually Let's try to double it up. I can have Robot as Baba as you, and then I have two Babas. And I can separate the Babas if I want. Doesn't actually help me in this scenario. Now we're in the exact same position. That doesn't help me at all. Wrench, you might have ended up with them because of your gift subscriptions. I don't recall what I have it set to. It's whatever the default was, but you also get nickels for stuff like that, and it's not something anyone was able to get before I made affiliate. And then I think you've gifted 2 subscriptions, and I think that awarded you a bunch of pseudo nickels. So that's probably where they come from. Also, your actual subscription gives you pseudo nickels. So I think probably those 3 things combined is how you got so many. Okay. What I really want is for the robot to be set up in such a way that he's going to push Win out of there. Now the only way to actually do that... So, the only way to actually do that is if I can make it so the robot pushes Win up, so that I can then come in and move it out of there and make it what I want, or if I can push Win down and have the robot on the other side of it moving horizontally. He can then push it out past the skulls, but I can't do it while the robot is me, because the skulls will kill me. The only way I can actually position the robot in a way I want is by becoming the robot, positioning myself where I want him to be, but then I can't become me again. I think I have to be, the only way I can do it is to be both. Let me try. I have a potential idea. Okay. Alright, so let me get the robot back in there. Make him not move. So if I... okay. Okay, so now they're both me, so now I can get that out of there. And then... I think I need the robot to still stay alive, though. So I need some way that the robot is not me. Okay. I think I need the robot to go downwards. I'm not sure if this is actually going to be a thing I can do. I just really need to keep... Okay, so like I have win out of there, but I think I might need to make, you know, robot is win, in which case I need for the robot to still stay alive. Oh, I can actually do this pretty easily, can't I? Yep, duh, I can do this. Okay. So let's say... Let's actually say... let's offset Baba by a bit. And let's say robot is you, and then I'm gonna make Baba is win. And then if the robot touches Baba, we win. Okay, excellent. Alright, level 10. Wireless connection. Ooh, okay. Pipe is stop, Baba is you, flag is flag, so I can't make flag anything else. Bog is defeat, cog is stop, we have move and robot is push. Okay. So these ones up here are what they are. Can't get to those because I can't make pipe anything else. Cog is stop. I could make... so if robot is push... Okay. Okay, and off to the side I have flag rock win. But I don't think I have any rocks here. I could make something rock. If I can... Okay, let's get the robot back. If I can get... See, I can't make flag is rock because flag is flag, so it won't work. I can make rock is win, but there is no rock at the moment. And I would also need to load another 2 words behind this for the robot to push. Let's see. But yeah, I'm not missing anything, am I? Because, yeah, there is no rock. So in order for so rock being win would do nothing for me unless I can actually make a rock happen. And the only way I can make a rock happen is if I had something is rock, but I can't have flag is rock because flag is flag. Okay. So if I have cog is move, what? Okay, the cog is just vertical right now. Yeah, that's fine. You keep doing that. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And I'm gonna actually do that for now, so it stops moving. Although I will need it to actually come back down a bit. Okay, so if I say... If I make cog be push, then I can move it around and have it directing in direction I want, but then I want it to be... Oops. Now, if it's push and move, I could still push it around, and it's, in theory, doing what I want it to do. Okay. What can I actually do here? Okay. So that'll actually stop the robot. Interesting. Okay. So if I have Cog be stop and move, and then I get it to there, interesting. So here's what I'm gonna want. I think I'm gonna want flag and rock is win. I think I can do that even though flag is flag, because win is a property on it. So if I can... Alright, so right now robot is push. Let me just get it in position. Okay. So it doesn't need to be push anymore. So in theory, yeah, that's 2 spaces over there, so I would still need... Alright. I need Cog to come back, I think. Then I need it to be stop, and I need it to be push for now. Okay. Whoop. Do not actually know if this is going to be a good idea, but we're going to see. Okay. So now, in theory, Cog is stop. So now I need robot to be move. Yeah. But Cog needs to be push. So if I would Instead pushing stop across. And then I have robot beat move. Okay. Okay. So I don't need cog to be anything anymore. So if I can position robot now. I need for is to be the last thing, and then I need 2 things there. Okay, so robot is currently push. I am going to move push out of there. So now the is should line up correctly. Okay. Now hopefully, okay. Flag and rock is win. There we go. Alright, I feel smart for solving that one. Alright, 11. Okay, Baba is you. We have Kiki and push. Wall is stop. We might be able to play with that. I mean, not really because of where it is. Win is outside of the wall. If we can make... wall is... if we could make, like, wall is... stop is you. That'll be difficult to do because we need for Baba to remain you, but we might need to... So we might need to do one of these things where we've had to do it in the past, where we kind of work our way down here with but I do still need multiple is's in order for this to work out the way I want. Yeah, because no one's going to be anyone then. Okay. So if I can do a Kiki is you and attempt to work my way around and have Baba be push. Okay. And then if I can... I'm gonna need to position Baba in such a way. Well, maybe not. Oops. Okay. Sort of feel like I need to work stuff out in such a way that I can spin the is you around. I don't think there's actually any way of doing that in this case. All I can really do is stuff like that. And then I have to do that to get Kiki out of there. So I can push Kiki around now, but Where do I want Kiki to be, is the question. Yeah. Alright, let's take another look at this. I'm pretty convinced that I'm gonna need to become Wall. I'm pretty convinced that I'm gonna need to get Wall as stop as you. Because then I can move the Wall past Win. But I would end up pushing Win, wouldn't I? No, there's no way. Because I don't have another is. And I don't feel that I can actually move this. If I can push Baba, no matter what I do, Wall is still stopped, so I can't push Baba through the wall. Can't do that either. I really wish I could. Okay. Can't just keep doing a rotation. Kiki is Baba. Yeah. Really wish I could push that past, but of course I can't. It wouldn't be a puzzle otherwise. Okay. Feeling a little silly with this one. Is there a solution right in my face? How's everyone doing in the chat? Having a good weekend? Having a good week? So there has to be something with getting people to be push. But is there anywhere I can actually push you that would be beneficial? Oh, actually. I think... because I can't push you into there, but if I could get... Oh, okay. I think I see what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so let's push Baba into there. Let's make Baba not push. Then let's get Baba inside the words. And then let's make Baba is you. And then we got wall is no longer stop. And we could say, for example, let's get Kiki out of there. Oops, went one too far. Kiki is win. Alright, level 12. Ooh, this one's quite small and zoomed in. Okay. Alright. Baba is you, classic. We have an is win. We have flag. Water is sink. Wall is stop. Cog is push and melt. And water is hot, so the cog will be... yeah, that'll kill me. If water is not sink, I can get over there. Anyway, skull is defeat, water is hot, okay. So I can't push the cog back over there without it melting, but, well, actually, I want it to melt. in theory, because... Oh no, it doesn't actually... Doesn't actually get rid of the block of the water if water isn't sink. Let's see. Can I... Okay, I can push a word over here. I could push multiple words if I wanted. Can I make skull as defeat as sink? Not sure that that's actually doing anything. Yeah, no, it's just gonna defeat me. Okay. But I could do cog is sink. Just have to push it out of the way. Cog is sink. Excellent, okay. So I've now made a safe path through for other things, potentially. Okay. Oops. Could have Baba is you is sink, but that's not gonna be good for Baba. If I could have flag is push. Oh, actually, if I can engineer a situation where I can push flag out of the way by stacking up enough words, which I can't because I need one more and I need that cog. Okay. I think this might be how it's gonna need to be done, but I will need to be able to get another. I'll need to have to get another word out of here. Wall is stop, wall is sink. I could say cog is sink, but it's, you know, that's still gonna make it disappear. Is there any way I can have cog be water? I don't know that I can. Okay, I can, but it no longer has the properties it needs. And now it's useless to me. Okay. I can't have skull as defeat as water, can I? No. Okay. Oops. So if I could just get water is stop, but that just means I'm going to be stopped by it. It's the only way to really destroy anything is to have something be sink and then hit the water to destroy it. Right now I can only make cog sink. I can make wall. I could make wall is stop is sink, but I can't push the wall anywhere. I could have watered a skull, but that's going to be useless to me. Yeah. And I also can't get rid of it. Like, if I could use that to push the cog over, that'd be great, but... Can I have the is back, please? Okay. Is there any way I can just say water is water in a way that'll make water not... Okay. Did that overload water is hot? No, it's still steaming. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, okay. Double water is hot. No, it's still hot. Okay. Yeah, I can't push the flag. Okay. I keep thinking it's not going to do anything for me, but what if for some reason wall is... wall can't be stop and sink. It's not activating. Okay. I mean, if I could, like, push something else over there while water is sink, that'd be great, but I have nothing that I can push. Does saying water is hot do anything? No, it doesn't make the water not hot. Okay. Oops. Okay, I wasn't sure if Baba's you as water would do anything. Nope. Kaga's sink will do stuff. It just... I don't really want it. Okay, now flag is sink. for flag to be win. I just can't get anything else over there. I can get flag to be win. I just can't stay alive. Okay. Okay, I forget. Was I able to make skull sink? No. Nope. Okay. Can't be water either. I could make water be stop. I could make wall be sink. I was hoping I could make wall be sink, because then I could potentially destroy that. Can't make wall as stop as water. Too bad. Okay. So I either need to do something about this wall, okay. Huh. I was hoping that was gonna make skull disappear. Okay. Yeah, I just can't get over there if I do that, of course. It can't have wind as water. Can't have wind as sink. Oh, I could have flag as sink. And I can also have flag is water. would that do anything for me? One other thing I can do is U is sink. Doesn't do anything for me. Hold on. Does U is water do anything for me? I'm not sure that the logic works in that backwards way. No, it doesn't. Is there anything else that it would be useful to make U? Like if flag is water and U is sink. That's okay. Okay. Maybe the cog is a red herring, or I don't need it. I really feel like I do, though. Water is defeat, but I don't really see where that's going to be helpful. Did I already do cog as water? It did, and it makes it not push anymore. cog is sink is of course what makes a hole in the water, but that's not ultimately helpful. Water as water ever did anything for me, because it doesn't make it not hot. Wall as stop as sink doesn't do anything. Honestly, can't remember if I can make myself water. No. I know I can make myself sink. I can't say when is water, and I can't say when is sink. I can say flag is sink. I can make flag water. Flag is sink, that's gonna destroy it. Kills me immediately. Okay. If cog could be not push, and I could get it in there and then make it push. This cog is sink is not gonna overload it so that it's not push. Doesn't make it able to do anything else. Honestly, I don't even really know why it makes the flag disappear. That's because the flag is not push, so anything it can overlap, it'll destroy. Since it's push, I can't overlap text on it, because text is always push by nature. Overload anything like that. Oops. Oops. Didn't even notice I was shoving the cog out of the way. As I've tried before, I can make water as skull, but skull is still defeat. And this is not gonna Well, does let me potentially get the cog out of there, but I can't get rid of this is the problem. I don't think this is gonna do anything, but just to try it. What if water is wall? Yeah, can't do anything about it. Doesn't do anything either. Okay. You can't beat water. I believe I've tried this before. Yeah, you can't actually pull anything pseudo. Not unless there's something that says pull. There is at some point in the game a pull operator that you can put on things, but as a core mechanic, you can't pull. Unfortunate. I mean, I just need to be able to push that one further. Yeah. back for the whole water is water deal. Doesn't change the properties of that. Okay. So I need to figure out a different approach. Really wish I could separate some of these words, but I'm not going to have the ability to because I can't push anything into them. Because you need to be able to have something like the cog would have to not be push, but then I also couldn't actually get it in there. So I don't think I could separate any of these words, especially since there is a wall blocking cog, so I can't really separate anything there. Separating skull is defeat, I think would just be too easy and seems like not what this would be set up for. Water is defeat is not helpful, I don't think. I mean, I don't see where it would be. Because the way things are sitting now... if I can't make the skulls not defeat, then I need to be able to push 4 things in this direction, which means I need the cog. The only way I can get the cog over. Melt means it will be affected by heat, pseudo. So since down here water is hot and cog is melt, it means that the cog will melt when it hits something hot. So that's what's keeping me from being able to push the cog over to the other side, whereas like I as Baba can walk right over the hot water without being affected by it, and I can push words over it without it doing anything, but the cog will melt. So I need to be able to make a pathway where I can get the cog through, because I need 4 things in a line, essentially. Again, water's stop is does not seem like a helpful venture. Water's wall definitely doesn't do anything for me. Wall is stop is sink, doesn't actually work. Neither does wall is stop is water. At least I don't think so. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it didn't work. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Okay. I think the music in this game is one of the reasons that, like I'm frustrated. I've been on this for a while, but the music's so easy listening that it's kind of working. Okay. Alright, so what are the ways that I can get rid of a block of water? Something has to be sink in order for me to be able to get rid of a block of water. I can make... Or rather, water itself has to be sink. I think it's just anything can be sink, because if cog is sink, it'll get rid of it. So yeah, something that is sink has to come in contact with the water, or if the water is sink, something has to then come in contact with it. Like, for example, Baba will get rid of that too when the water is sink. So actually, I'm not sure I see where this can work at all. This particular plan, I mean, because I have to have 4 pushable things to be able to move flag. But I need to be able to get rid of a block of water. But that requires an additional thing that I can push into it. So really I need 5 things. And I don't have 5 things, since I can't push the flag, and nor would I want to. Well, I mean, I could if it was the item in the back. Sorta, not really, actually. Because then I couldn't get to it for the win condition. So I feel like my plan is actually wrong, and I feel like it's maybe a dead end. So if I just go back to cog is sink, make myself a way through, even though I technically already had a way through. There's just nothing I can do here. Any thoughts in the comments? In chat, rather, I should say. Keep thinking about moving the cog to the other side and then using that to melt or remove the wall block somehow. I wonder if that would do something. So I can move the cog over if I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty sure it just means that the item will melt in something hot. So if I do that so that water is no longer sink, and then push the cog over to the other side, I don't think I'll actually be able to do anything with the cog. Yeah, it can't like melt a wall or anything, and it's not gonna affect the skull. Although, actually, okay. Here's something maybe. Now that I have the cog there, and then the cog is water. It doesn't actually destroy the thing though. What about wall is water? I can't make wall water. And it's down here in the corner. I can't get stop out of there to make wall water. Make water skull. Does that make this... Okay, I didn't know if it made that skull inert by doubling it. Thought you could go up with them. What do you mean, go up with what? Oh, I can do water as wall, yeah. You said wall is water. I can do water as wall, I can't do wall as water. Like that, if that's what you're saying, pseudo. Like that I can't do, but I can't do wall as water. But this is sort of interesting because I have a hole in the wall, but I don't know whether or not it changes things because I can't. The cog was stuck. At that point, I couldn't move it because it was hidden by the skulls. Papa 70% water. So let's say I were to do this again. Make myself a hole. Could go back to water is wall. Not sure if this will do anything for me, but just playing around. Just make water as win, then you 70% win. That's fair. I wish I could make water as win, actually, because then I could just go over the water. Water is hot. Water is wall. Cog is hot. by a wall. I can't make cog hot, though. Or I at least don't see a way I can. Maybe you do, Pseudo? So, okay, yeah. Right, so the cog melts. The cog melts, but the thing that's hot doesn't melt. I mean, water is hot and water is wall, but it's not technically hot anymore once water becomes wall. When water becomes wall, it takes on the properties of wall, so it just becomes stop, basically. It's fine, you don't have to be quiet. It's worth bouncing ideas off of. I've been stuck on this one. Like, I wish I could, like, push the skull or something. Okay. Water is hot means that it'll melt things that are melt wrench, so the cog is push and melt. So the cog will melt in anything that's hot without destroying it, so it just destroys the cog. Yeah, so like I can walk on it because I'm not melt. Hot only actually affects things that are melt. Wish I could use that to sync some letters. Actually, okay. Let me try something here. Okay. So now cog can be sync. Can it then? Yes! Oh man, okay. Ooh, alright. There we go. So yeah, I was able to make cog sync so that it then sunk that skull, so I could push flag over to win. Whew. Okay. Okay, so I have 10 minutes left in stream. But let's looks like did I do poem? It's 00. I think I did. Hydrate. Woof, GG. Alright, thanks for the hydrate redemption. Okay, I did do this one. Let's return to the map. I only have 10 minutes left in stream, but I'll work at doing this first bonus level. Boiling River. This is essentially what we just did. Okay, so Skull is defeat and float. Water is water and hot. Baba is melt. So now that there's a lot going on here. So water is water means we can't make water anything else. Water is hot means it'll melt things. Baba is melt. So water would melt Baba, but you'll notice that I'm not melting when I go over it. That's because Baba is float. So if you are float, you can go over water. Now the skull is defeat and float, and since I'm also float, I hit it. If I wasn't float, I think I could go under it. And flag is win. So here's what we want. Actually don't know what we want yet. Let's see. If I'm not float, then I die. Of course. I could do this and consolidate that, but I don't want Baba to not be me for some reason, so that doesn't necessarily seem worth doing. Oh, IRL word ban. No saying is, and that's the first time I'll say it. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be difficult. Oh man, I forgot I had that in there. Okay. I guess the question is, can I use contractions? I'll say that's gonna make it. That will make it too easy, so I won't use contractions. Okay. All right. I'm going to try this. All right. Baba U and float. Baba melt. Water, water, and hot. Flag win. Skull defeat and float. How long did I say that IRL word ban lasts? Hold, please. I won't count this against the time. Why can I not see? Oh. Let's see over here. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Whoa. Okay, Pseudo. No, I did do that hydrate unless you redeemed it again. No, that fine, Wrench. I just could not remember how much time. I'll hydrate again, Pseudo. I'll be getting a camera sometime soon, so you folks can actually see that. Okay. Alright, back to this level. So I need to be able to get either under the skulls or over them. Okay. So satisfying. Okay, so text won't actually destroy that either. And I can't undo this without not becoming me. I forgot to set a timer. Let's say it has been a minute. Yeah, I'm going to set a 5-minute timer on my phone. Okay. Okay. Man, I can't do a whole lot with any of this. Oops. Because moving any of this horizontally undoes, either my float or my what I am. So, and I don't have another workable operator at the moment that can be me. I sort of feel like that needs to be a thing. Oh. I have an idea. If I push float out of the way for now, can I say Baba is melt and you? I can. Okay. Then, okay. So I've isolated that so that I can at least move this. Okay. That will work. But if I say water is float now without me being float, I can go underneath it and underneath there. There we go. Oh, did it? Did I? Shoot, sorry. I got too excited and I said thing. I forgot about not being able to say words. As penance, I will hydrate. I will hydrate right into the mic. Okay, I am going to hydrate again. I will also attempt to stop sniffing. Okay. Gonna go to this next level. Hydration stops the sniffing. That's honestly what I've heard. I have some weird thing where when I have my headset on and I'm talking on stream, I get super congested. I don't know why. But my sniffing definitely, and I'm avoiding the word I can't say there, my sniffing definitely psychosomatic, or rather a tic, and not something that I need to do. So I'm trying to train myself out of it. Okay. Rock is float, text is float, rock is push, Bob is you, flag is win, Baba died. Okay. So yeah, Baba isn't float, text is float. Okay. There goes the timer, so I can say is again. That was fun. I forgot I had put that in there. Thanks for redeeming that, wrench. Okay. I'm at the end of stream, and I'm going to see maybe I can knock this one out quickly enough. Okay. Water is sink, hedges stop. Baba is you. I could say that rock is you, so that I can then also why does that not win? Oh, yeah, that doesn't win because rock is float and the flag is not float, unfortunately. So let's just take is win out of there. Whoops. Hold on, let's undo that because I'm gonna want rock as win, so I can't have rocks in the water. Okay. But again, we're gonna have the problem of the rocks are float, so I can't get to them. Can I do Baba is you is win? No, that doesn't work for reasons. Okay. Still push the rock despite it being float and me not being float. Let's try that rock is you again. Okay. If I now... let's not do that. Let me push this down and say flag is push. Go back to rock is you. Ah. Okay. Oh, whoops. Of course, because flag is not float. Okay. Okay. Let's bring this down. Can I have Baba is you is win? No. Oops. Could have, in theory, flag is you and flag is win. Haha. Okay. Well, that did it. Alright, it's 6:07. I'm gonna end there.